Terry loves wood. He's a good craftsman. We put these walls up, board by board. Terry and I, turning over the garden in the spring, walking in the woods, laughing, building this house. Must I throw away all the good because of the genie in the bottle? There's been times he's tried to stop, but somehow he just couldn't. Sometimes I think that maybe he's crazy. And more often I wonder if I am. The articles I read call me, and all of the people like me, passive-aggressive and masochistic. But they don't mention the love. If he's sick, would he be less sick if I left him? Maybe he would. The shock just might do the trick. But what if it doesn't? There it is, plain as the nose on your face. There's the gamble. Take the losses and the brief moments of happiness that life with an alcoholic, the one you love, forged you, go for the road. The jam-clad young Terry tiptoes into the room. I came down for a drink of water. I wasn't sleeping anyway. Is Daddy okay? Assured that Daddy's fine and will be out of the hospital tomorrow. His face still looks worried. Mommy, you're not going to get a divorce from Daddy, like you said you were the other night, are you? Caught off guard, I simply replied, I don't know. Please don't, Mommy. I'd miss him, and I bet he'd be lonesome, too. You said yourself that he's sick. I have no answers. I smile my best smile. Don't worry, sweetheart. You go to sleep now. I can't think anymore. The dilemma is too much for me. I'll go to sleep now, too. And maybe, in the morning, in the sunlight, I'll be able to see it.
The Holocaust. Just the word brings to mind pictures of death. But what of the survivors? It is impossible to conceive what they were forced to endure in order to survive. The Nazi Doctors by Robert J. Lifton.
I survived the death camp at Auschwitz in Poland. I should be dead, but I was given the opportunity to live, and I took it. I am a doctor. In camp, doctors were needed to assist the Nazis. So to save myself, I took the oath. Pledged allegiance to the devil himself. I swear to you, Adolf Hitler, the Chancellor and Führer of the Reich, loyalty and bravery. I pledge to you and to my superiors, appointed by you, obedience until death, so help me God. I have nothing to do with what happened to the prisoners of Auschwitz. I arrived there in September of 1941. Wife, child, my parents, her parents, and my sister, they were with me. And when we came off the train, there was an SS officer telling the women to move to one side and the men to the other. And then what happened exactly, I don't know. I was standing with my father-in-law because he was an older man, and I was thinking maybe I could help him. And while I was standing there, I heard someone calling, "Doctors, come out of the ranks!" And I went out. Put me in a little group to the back. Why didn't I get that call for doctors? Certain I could not be here now. I owe my life to being a doctor. I owe my being a doctor to my parents. Who had very little money and sacrificed everything to give me an education. I never thanked them for this. Feeling of guilt is so overwhelming. Because my parents saved me from the gas chambers. We stood in our group for an hour, not talking, just trying to find out where our families had been taken. And while I was standing there, I heard someone saying that most of the group hardly been gassed. It was such a shock. I didn't know what to think or what to do. What's normal at a time like that? If you get a call in the night saying your wife and your child are suddenly gone, what would be your reaction? And then someone was telling me that my father, who was still a young man, had been taken to the work crew. My wife, child, my mother, parents-in-law, and my sister, they were killed. And you know, I'm ashamed to tell you this. I still wanted to live. It's impossible for me to understand. Even more difficult for me to accept. I heard my entire family had been gassed. 5 minutes later, when they called for the doctors to line up, I went. Saved myself. It took me a while to realize that as a doctor, I would be expected to take part in it all. All the atrocities of this death camp. My first great job as a doctor was burning great piles. These enormous piles of corpses lying in open trenches. I was just numb and shocked. I remembered thinking it was going to be a great problem uniting piles of corpses. But you see, in the bird comes one managed this. They had already been through the gas chambers, and now thousands were lying there, and they had to be burned, and it was my job. It was my job. And then, of course, there was an unbelievable smell. But after months of burning corpses for 16 hours a day, I didn't smell anything. I had absolutely no emotion left at all. But I was proud because I remained human. I believe I remained a doctor in spirit in spite of everything. Until I was given my new assignment. I was sent to assist the doctors with the most medical of all of their killing methods. Fetal injections. Patients were brought to a treatment room where they were administered a drug by a physician in a white coat. They had cotton, needle, and syringes. Everything you need for an injection. They also had alcohol as with ordinary injections and rubber tourniquets. It was just one table. Prisoners were led in, told to place their right arm on the table so as to steady it as with ordinary intravenous injections. And the rubber tourniquet was placed on the arm to make the vein visible. The thinner of alcohol in the spot just under the elbow, using the correct technique for injection. Female was injected. Died in 4 minutes. Before long, this technique was changed by the Nazi doctors. Phenol was injected directly into their hearts. Efficient, you see. They died much faster that way, almost instantaneously. I let them in. 2 at a time, and told them to sit down in a chair like this. I then told them to place their right arm up to cover their eyes, and their left arm out sideways in a horizontal position. The idea was to thrust the chest out as far as possible so as to make the heart easily accessible. And I watched as the fetal syringes were thrust into the hearts of the seated prisoners. And they would fall over immediately. I want to tell you about September 28th, 1942. Because I haven't been able to tell anyone about it before. I was removing bodies after the fetal injection. When I came back, My father was standing in the doorway. He had always been such a fine, strong man. And now he looked like a walking skeleton. Just like the rest. Gave me a reproachful, beseeching expression, sort of saying, "Is it possible? You were there. Not here like this." And when I didn't move or say anything, he gave me a look of such disappointment. There was nothing I could do. There was nothing I could do. I was more afraid for myself than for my father. And I cried as I carried his dead body to the trenches. There are people in this world who have hated each other for centuries. But these people, these Nazis who kill people so systematically just because they were of a different race, that was a different world. I was part of that world. I survived Auschwitz. Not as a hero. As the worst kind of coward. See, the dark times I've experienced is my release. My eyes have opened and I begin to see. The story has ended. It's not yet become history. This world still harbors hatred and intolerance, and these evils have a life of their own.